Okay.
Okay.
How are you today, Andy?
I am great. I spent the greater part of the morning, actually right up until I left to come here, moving a whole bunch of gravel about 10 feet, one
Oh
spot to
man,
another.
manual
I'm
labor.
putting in hard hours right now,
Some manual labor.
but it's nice to actually do something physical, so I'm not complaining.
Yeah, right. All right. How's everyone doing out in internet land? We're going to do more match breakdowns, some studies. What I like to do today is study some old school matches here from back in the day.
I can dig it.
We're going to go all the way back to 2012. Looking at this Grappler's Quest. Old student of mine. I think you know him as well. His name is Dan Powell.
Dan. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, Dan Powell, at this time, he had just gotten his blue belt. and he actually entered into the expert division. We're going to look at his first match here. He did very well, his first.
Nice.
Alrighty, he's very aggressive coming in for the legs in a low stance. As we see right away, he's lowered his opponent. His opponent's kind of standing upright, leaving that left leg open, and he just went right for it.
Yep.
Dan's very long, so he can.
He is, yeah. Similar body type to me. I think he's a little bit taller. And one of the things for tall people is a lot of times we don't get low enough. So if you go back, you'll notice he touches the mat right before he shoots. That lets him know he's low enough. He touched that mat
and then he shot.
And then he knows. He knows he's getting that low enough to get underneath. So that was really nice, really aggressive, and right into the passing pressure.
Yeah, you can see that his opponent threw in a lockdown. However, I think Dan is trying to just get his knee free. If his knee goes out of the lockdown, it's no longer in danger. I guess the lockdown for me is always a danger if they manage to lift your foot off the mat. But Dan's doing a good job of keeping his foot down. I think his opponent's just using it to hold him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if he keeps it, yeah, he's not really playing the lockdown anymore. Okay, he's going back to the lockdown.
Yeah, he's just holding on, it looks like.
Yeah,
but he's not elevating his foot.
No. But, and the thing is that's tough because, like, the lockdown generally is used to stretch people away from you. When you have somebody that much longer.
That was a good little strip he used here. So he used his free leg to kind of get rid of the butterfly hook.
Yep. Yeah, nice.
And now it's just a half guard at this point.
Yep.
As he elevates his hips up, his knee starts coming out. He still has the underhook.
Yep. He uses his hand to block that knee. That was a nice pass.
Very good. Classic passing right here, just staying low. He gave his opponent the mount. So how could we reduce that risk? So when we come here, it's very important that this hip has to go down and you slide your knee down as well. So what that does is it redirects his knees down this way or even away from his foot. But since he didn't do that, his opponent followed him.
Yeah, caught that quarter guard there.
His opponent's wearing tap-out shorts, much like the one you gave me. I still wear all the time.
It's funny. I've given random people shorts over the years, and I'll see them wearing them years later. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, I used to have a pair of shorts like that. And they're like, yeah, you gave it to me.
Thank you.
So putting a lot of pressure up top.
He's a little high. That's why maybe he's not putting as much pressure on his
face
as he could. Oh, but he was able to pass, which is good.
Yeah. He's got a good grip. I think he's doing a good job with his underhook. So even though his position's not perfect, he's not really allowing his opponent to, get into a better position. Because that quarter guard's okay for holding on, but you're not really going to be able to do much unless you can start to get either underneath or out to a side.
I remember this tournament. This was actually here in Wayne. This was in the Wayne PAL. Only time Grappler's Quest was in Wayne. This was a nice little attack here. So what happened here is his opponent just couldn't recover guard, so he's tried just getting up, hoping that he could like maybe grab his head and throw him. And then Dan starts climbing his back, puts this hook in, and then instead of attacking the neck, since his angle's a little bit off, he's looking for the arm.
Yep. Looks like he's going to try to flip him.
Yeah, usually we'll use his free hand. So he's using his inside hand to control the arm. That's something I always stress. Inside arm controls the arm. Outside should be controlling the leg, possibly using it to roll him. His opponent has his hands connected. So when their hands are connected, sometimes it's hard to break their grip. So it's a good idea to try to roll them and then...
Yeah, I think if somebody had their hands connected like that, if it was me, I'd probably try to roll the other way, because then I could carry their head over. But that was a good back step.
So this is a nice movement he does.
Yeah.
I was watching this earlier today. He does this movement as if he's going to take his back, but then comes right back. And you see when he did that, this is what I like about this movement right here. He brings the knee behind, threatens the back, and then comes up. His hands are not connected anymore. And he took advantage.
Nice.
Very nice technique. What do you guys think? Anyone in the chat? Anyone alive? We got some viewers here. Very cool. Very cool. Oh, Alberto was
I saw that, yeah.
reffing the match. I think I wanted to move on. In 2013, we had a lot of tournaments here, a lot of footage. Greg Mendes, Dan is the man. Yes, he had a
Dan
great.
is the man, yeah. I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, I hope he's all right. I know that.
He had some injuries and
Yeah.
a few different things going on. But always a really good training partner. Super tough. Very technical. Good aggressive wrestling. Was always, a lot of fun to train with.
So now we're gonna move on to one of Gary Fernandez's matches. Gary's one of my students. He owns Final Round Health and Fitness. He's working hard doing his Zoom classes and stuff online, doing a great job. We're going to watch some of his white belt matches. This is a white belt no-gi match. Gary was very athletic. You can hear the background a little bit. All right, nice handshake. Ready to work. At this time, I think Gary actually cut down 129 pounds, which he would not be making these days.
Yeah, he looks strong for that size.
Nice. Very good. So the stand-up technique happened when as soon as his opponent allowed him to get his head down.
Mm-hmm.
When his head's lower than his, he put his chest on top. Now he knows he can put him back. And I can see that he uses an underhook right here.
Mm-hmm.
A little pancake.
Nice. I like
Nice
that
little
rotation
pass.
with the
Yeah, he
hips.
turned the corner. Because his opponent was using some guard retention, throwing the legs over. Now he does knee on belly. He's trying to work all these transitions. I remember him and Ed were specifically drilling a lot of things for this tournament. And he got to use them. So his opponent's got the knee shield right here. So this is important because I was watching this earlier. He does a good job. We talked about like when his opponent uses a knee shield and turns their chest down, it's hard to pass this way, but they're a little bit open in the other direction.
He's able to slide his hips through those pretty good.
Oh, actually, no. I remember him jumping to the other side. Maybe it was a different part of the match. He looks for the mount.
Yeah.
A little rough. I would have liked to see him slide the knee across. Yeah, he's making really good transitions with his body every time
the kid moves, he moves with them and is able to continue to advance positions. I'd like to see him settle a little. I mean, obviously he's a lot newer here, but like if he was kind of settling into some of these positions a little bit better, the kid probably wouldn't be able to scramble as much. But he's so good ahead, he's so far ahead of him with the scrambling that it really doesn't matter. Yeah. Oh.
Does he get it?
Nice.
Very nice match. Let's go on to a second match. Oh, his opponent looks pretty big, actually, for this division.
Yeah.
What's up, Vin? Vin's in the chat.
Which Vin?
Vin, I don't know if you know him. He's a blue belt here. He's a wrestler. I'm not sure. He's Vietnamese. Small guy.
So that was a good pickup. Oh, nice run the pipe there. Good job.
Oh. Yeah, so when he went to pass, he lost control of his hips a little bit, and his opponent started getting up. And then I would have probably got up too, like.
Yeah.
He didn't need to, because now his head's trapped in the half guard here.
Yeah, but he's in a pretty deep half position. Or not.
Yeah.
I was going to say he should be able to sweep. I figured it would have been the other way, but that was good. So same deal here, dealing with the lockdown.
Yeah.
So in this situation, I would imagine it being a little bit harder, but this guy's pulling his knees in, which is actually the wrong thing to do to control the lockdown, which is why he was able to slide his knee up and out.
Yeah. His opponent's just moving a lot, though. He's just constantly bucking, so. Dwayne in the chat. Yep, Dan was a great training partner for many years. Dan
Nice.
Powell actually started in the same school as Dwayne before their school had closed down.
Which school is that?
I forget the name of the school, but the instructor was actually a traditional martial arts instructor, and he was affiliated with Hoist Gracie, and so they did like karate. Nice match. Now, this is the same tournament where we have some old school Mike Main.
So what belt is he? Oh, brown belt.
He's a brown belt. I remember this tournament. Mike wasn't going to compete. And I think I talked him into it, if I remember correctly.
Did he also do the absolute division in this one? Was this the one that he fought those massive dudes?
Oh, I don't know, but I remember. Might have. I don't have that on video, though. I just have these two matches. I think this is like towards the end of the tournament.
Gotcha.
Here, Mike has a strong underhook. He's on his toes. We can't really see because of the camera. Oh, there you go.
Good head position. Puts his head right under the chin there.
Yeah, he got his head in really strong position.
Mike's so strong from this position.
Yeah, it's very hard to get him off. Beautiful pass. His opponent's got his elbows in, so usually we're looking to kill the arms. He's actually going to north-south to do it.
Yep, keeping that left hand, blocking the hip. Now he's bringing it up. Looks like he's going to try to set up a paper cutter choke here or something.
Oh, right. Yeah, I see he's already got the grip for the paper cutter. However, his opponent's got like a little bit of an elbow shield inside.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike's using the knee on belly for a second. Thought about it. All right, so he put him back. Oh, was that a close guard or a half guard?
I think he got him in close off.
Oh,
close.
wow.
So looks like his opponent's looking for collar sleeve.
Yeah, so like we said yesterday when we were going over the techniques, I'm big on posture and grabbing the sleeve and standing. Oh, but his opponent opened his guard for him, which is good because Mike is actually passing towards his right, which is a little bit tougher for a lot of people. Most people aren't used to that.
Right. Yeah,
direction.
Mikey's a lefty, so
yeah,
his passing is always tough to deal with for a lot of people. Brian McLaughlin's actually big on, like, he teaches and talks about basically as a strategy of people learning how to pass to the right side
Yeah.
because so many people struggle to defend it.
If it's a weak part, then this was nice. Let's look at this. I liked his one grip he used.
Nice.
So he's using this belt grip to elevate his opponent's hips up. So that's going to be easy for him to square his hips up. He's using the figure 4. And he gets the points for the back. Very nice. It looks like he's already got the collar. He's in good position to possibly...
Yeah.
Well, he lost this hook. When choking with this hand, you kind of need the opposite hook.
Yeah. Imagine he's gonna try to. Okay. Comes up and over. He's in position to finish. It looks like.
We got a cross collar. He's got the leg over the shoulder. His ankle's pretty good. I would like to see this leg more across his waist so he can get a better angle. Like you want a perpendicular angle whenever you're doing this type of choke. So when you're square to him, yeah, you kind of lose steam in your grips. Oh, his opponent came up. But he kind of came... Oh, never mind. He kind of came into a triangle momentarily, but escaped the danger. Here, I like using this, what Mike's doing right here. He's about to drag this across. This is a good over-under counter. If you can drag the arm all the way across and then move your hips, you kind of arm drag to the back. But now his opponent brought his head all the way across. So here's something that I would like to see Mike do. Instead of just trying to get up, I would like to see him focus his energy on pushing his head in the opposite direction. Because if he does get up, his opponent can just double leg him. He can still keep him down. If he drives his head across, he threatens the back. All right, he got his knee back in front, which is good. His opponent's still looking for like over-under style pressure. Head all the way across. So, like I said, I always like pushing the head. There you go. When the head is off, you have opportunity to get underneath him. Looks like Mike's looking for a deep half guard. Oh.
Ooh. Deep half
Got a knee bar. This is an unusual technique. Not you don't see it too often. So he gets right here. He figure fours his legs low, like close to the ankle, a little bit lower than the knee.
Yeah. Locks up his hips with his upper body.
Yeah.
And he basically squares up with them and drives his hips in, or it looks like he pulls his leg out to the side as he turns his hips in. And, and a lot of times, yeah, you see it pull. Actually, it's his thigh he uses to finish. It looks like.
Yeah.
So that's a good technique.
Yeah, he can put a lot of pressure there.
Yeah, and usually like it's one of those moves that like if you see it coming, you can usually defend it pretty well. But a lot of times, like once you realize if you wait too long, it's really hard to get. Like once your leg's extended, it's sort of like like a screamer. A lot of guys don't even realize they're in it before they're forced to tap.
All right.
Yeah, this kid.
This is his first time facing a black belt, I believe, in competition. I'm sure he was nervous. His opponent's standing with his hips away. He's trying to be defensive. I'm sure he is not. He's not looking to pull guard. Mikey is, though. Pulled him to a close guard. Very nice job. Old camera, no image stabilization. Sorry, guys. Yeah, he's trying to do an overhook cross collar choke. This is a good technique because you have a lot of control with the overhook. His opponent is looking to stay on his knees and stay low and step over. So Mike's doing a good job. He's making sure he's denying that half guard. Because that overhook, if he does step over, becomes an underhook for his opponent. He's making that grip up high. Oh, but he gave up on it. It looks like Mike right here is setting up this baseball bat choke where you almost let the person pass and then just spin out in this direction. Let's see if he really goes for it.
Bold move.
Yeah.
We used to call that the angry choke because our buddy Angry Mike
Yeah.
LaRosa, used to hit that on everybody for a while. It's a tough one, but some people are really successful with those chokes.
Yeah. Okay, he got out of it, but he's got good position. His feet are still in front of him. So if he spins, I see his foot coming out here. If he can get his foot all the way around, like clear his thigh, he can spin into a triangle. There it is. Boom. Oh, but he pulled. His opponent was wary. He knew that there was a threat there, so he backed up. Still staying low. I really don't think that's very effective to open the closed guard on the knees. Like,
Yeah.
although I think he does have a size advantage, so maybe that's why he felt like maybe he can try to wear him down. Now he's getting over his head. This is something you do have to be careful of.
I remember Black Rob up at Henzo's.
Really?
He showed this at a seminar a while back. So if you do have a size, I mean, you can do this as a smaller person, but not usually as effectively. If you do have a size advantage, you can get over the head and start to collapse that leg, like he's doing there. You can make it very uncomfortable. But Mikey does a good job kind of using the pendulum on the other side to regard.
Yeah,
to
I
recover.
never let people get higher than my head. If their head is higher than my head, they can actually like compress your spine.
Yeah.
No good. So especially if you're used to people doing stuff like that.
And also, Mike's pretty flexible. If you're not quite as flexible, if you can't fully invert, it can be a lot more. If you don't have flexible hamstrings, it can be a lot more effective if it's a really uncomfortable position for you. So it's really important to keep people back.
All right, now he's got a more standard guard. He's looking for a little hip bump. I think he was just using that to make him post his hand
Yeah.
to possibly set up submissions. I can see that Mike is really, his focus right now is trying to get a submission. He's not really looking to sweep. Another overhook with the collar grip. Although now his opponent's a little bit wider. There's more of a chance for that triangle.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a good overhook with the cross collar grip, so he's going to be able to stay glued to him pretty good. He just needs to get to the inside control. He decides to let it go. Yeah, the left side. Looks like he's going to go back to it.
Dwayne in the chat saying how he likes that choke. I think he's referring to the baseball bat choke.
Yeah, it's a fun choke. I've been using it when I roll in the gi. I was using it a decent amount over the last few months. It's just fun. It's a fun one. But anybody who's like kind of wary is usually going to be able to kind of just stay back on it. But what's his name? The one black belt just hits it all the time.
Yeah, Majid Hage from
Gracie
Baja. So has put many good.
Oh.
Very nice triangle. But he got out, but it was a good guard retention. Let's look at how he recovers, because here's a lot of people are worried about attacking submissions in the closed guard because you run the risk of getting passed. But Mike does a good job with retention. So he's here. He's got a decent triangle, but his opponent is backing away. Looks like he's using his knee to loosen the triangle.
Yeah, he's also bringing his head and his shoulder together. This is something that I use a lot. You just have to be careful of that arm bar, because sometimes the person can turn your pinky out and do a quick arm bar on that.
Yeah,
but
you see his grip right here. With his hand, he's actually pushing out. So his head's about to... So the threat for Mike now is for him to turn the corner. So he uses this leg. As soon as he backs out, he opens his leg super wide. This is very important. The wider your legs are, the better you can defend. And then the wider this goes, off balance,
Yeah.
and then he's able to get back to his guard. Oh, but this time he threw up again. This is a much tighter triangle. Let's look at that again.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a mistake on the opponent coming back in.
Oh, I lost the.
Oh,
let's try that again.
no.
Let's,
Yeah, his opponent made a little mistake there. He got thrown off balance as Mikey was trying to re-guard,
yeah.
and he pushed straight back in. And that's a lot of times guys make those mistakes when they are trying to stay low the whole time. So you see he pushes back in, turns back in. Yeah, Mikey does a good job of pulling
This
his
time
head forward.
it's a nice tight with the armbar.
Ends up finishing with the armbar.
He was so stoked on that win.
Yeah, a big one. Yeah, good guy. Black belt from a good team. I think that was gold.
Maggie's in the chat. Said, nice, guys. Very cool. Very cool. Vintage matches, 2013.
Nice.
Let's see. I think we're going to move to this Naga. Because we got a vintage Dennis Ortega.
Whoa.
Should get Dennis on the
Seriously.
Dennis on the chat here. What's going on, Dennis? You in the chat? Someone get him in the chat. I should have actually told him I was going to do his matches. Second match. Let's do the second match. Oh, that's right. So this is a Naga that we went up to, I think Connecticut. Oh, yeah. Connecticut State University. Never really gone, to Connecticut for Nagas before, but I think Dennis was a fairly new purple belt. He wanted to compete.
Good guard pull.
Yep. He pulled the Del Hiva first. Classic guard pull, foot on the hip, right to Del Hiva. And then he's able to close the guard. Perfect.
Yeah, we had it last few times we watched. We talked about a couple lazy guard pulls. So this is a good contrast. Good footstep in the hip and immediately into a control position.
Yeah, Dennis likes overhead sweeps anytime he can. So he's got his feet in position. Now it's more of like Berimbolo. This is 2013, early days of Berimbolo. Not a lot of guys were using it. That I think is a mistake. So Dennis had the foot on the hip, and he's doing a good job. And then he feels like he can't get him to sit on his butt. He decides to go to Kiss of the Dragon. But his opponent has all his weight over here, and we've talked about this. You can't get underneath him. The person puts on the brakes. And then he kind of got forced.
Yeah,
to
and
play
he was also, he
outside.
kind of tried to throw himself into it from the other side. That's a lot of distance to travel.
Yeah, I would have kept the 1 foot on the hip if you wanted to do Kiss of the Dragon so you can continue pushing him away. So back to close guard. Dennis is not big on submissions from close guard. He likes to set up sweeps. I can tell that he's grab sleeves. Oh, spoke too soon. He's actually looking at cross collar choke. I actually remember Dennis hitting the cross collar choke from close guard in the AMA tournament.
I'm a big fan of the cross collar choke. Ever since I saw Kron Gracie, basically, he cross collar choked almost the entire his entire run at brown belt.
Yeah.
Pans, Worlds, he was cross collar choking everybody from guard.
Yeah, if you know the details, you know how to finish that choke, it's great. Min's in the chat. What's up, Min? I got some old school Min matches. You're not gonna like them, I don't think, but white belt. Yeah, still looking for that choke. His opponent is putting his hand inside, but he's not doing anything about breaking, by getting his posture up. Now he's getting up. Dennis looked for a triangle, and actually it knocked his opponent over.
Yeah.
So if you notice, his opponent, his head is down, and his back is round.
Very bad posture.
Yeah, it's bad. It's poor posture. So when Dennis attacked this triangle, he almost has to pull away, and that's why he fell over. This scored him, I think, some points.
Yeah. On top, hips heavy right away.
Here's a nice little long step.
Very nice long step. And good
And
transition into the long step, too.
Yeah, and now he's grabbing the inside ankle. Let's actually look to see how that transpired again. So we're here. He's going to turn the corner this way. His opponent comes back out, and then he immediately went to his head. His head is not defended. And then he threw the leg out, using this hand on the inside ankle. Very good pass. I really like that pass sequence.
Yeah, very solid. He's got control of the arm there.
Maybe a Kimura? I'd like to see him block his opponent's hips. Okay.
Just keeping that elbow up. All right, lets him turn over.
Okay, so here's the problem. It looks like he wants to take his back, but his opponent is grabbing his leg. In my opinion, the better move would be to start sprawling.
Yeah, definitely. But, okay, he comes all the way up. So his opponent did the right thing there of standing all the way up because I thought he was just going to,
Oh, and he gets on top. Here we got our little front headlock action, but he went back down to guard. So I think he probably gave up some points there. Oh, here he's using a little Marcelo stiff arm escape. Very nice. Oh, but he got the pass, but that was out of bounds. See what they I noticed that phone there too.
It's always fun listening to the
Yeah,
random commentary.
And then you remember, like, oh yeah, I remember.
My first 10 tournaments, my mom was recording, so it's just my mom freaking out 'cause she didn't know what was going on. She thought I was losing if I was on bottom, which is all I did in the back then.
Oh no.
Nice. Okay, so
Dennis is using his butterfly hook to slow down his opponent's passes. Here, looking maybe double ankle for a second. Looks like he's going to establish his guard again. Here he's getting low. You can do the
the knee pinch.
Yeah. Here Dennis using an X guard.
Oh, that was very nice.
Very nice. So let's look at that. So he was here with an outside De La Riva, actually. No, never mind. Maybe it wasn't an X guard. It looked like an X guard. This is just an overhead sweep. De La Riva.
So
very nice.
Yeah, the guy made a little bit of a mistake there, not letting go of the collar when he started getting pulled over.
Once again, Dennis is under his legs, looking to turn the corner. Yeah, I was calling for him to step over the knee because you don't want to get... It looks like Dennis's pressure is back a little bit, and you can't get caught in triangles and stuff, especially against a taller opponent like this guy. A little Toreando, very good.
Good. Like how he put the head right in the center of the chest there when the kid sat up. This guy does not...
Once again, he keeps getting up, and he's allowing him to use his hands. He's got to put more pressure to get his hands. His opponent's hands should be stuck on the mat. Once again, trying to throw him over on the way down. Oh, his opponent went for an ankle lock. I'd like to see Dennis get up. His opponent is really going for it. I'm assuming that the score might be pretty close since Dennis is not looking to get 2 points. He's just looking to stay. And his opponent's really putting everything into that.
Yeah, doesn't look... No pass, yeah. So must be up on points right now.
Yeah.
Oh, 10 to 2.
Never mind.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, that's right. He passed his guard a few times, but I thought his opponent possibly got another takedown though, like at least 2 takedowns.
Yeah, he hadn't really established much of anything, but yeah, it's a good match.
Nice match with Mr. Dennis Ortega. Now we're gonna go to an NJ BJJF, I think. The one in August, because we got Min. I think this is Min's first tournament, actually. He did really well.
Sick. I don't even have my footage of my first tournament.
Here, he pulled guard. His opponent's moving around. He went right to his spider guard.
Little collar sleeve with the foot on the bicep. We just talked about that yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. Now he's going to standard spider with both sleeves controlled. His opponent's standing, so I think when someone's standing in spider guard, the best attack is probably the triangle. Oh, never mind. Got down to his knees. Here, I'll probably close the guard because he doesn't really have his feet in. Now he's got a little better position, but.
How long had he been training at this point?
I'm not sure. I have to look at his belt to have an idea. I would say probably 6 months or so.
Ooh,
quick triangle.
Quick triangle. I was going to say, I really like the way he was using his feet to the hips with the sleeve control.
Yeah.
Just prior to that setup.
So
nice.
He used his hips really high, and you can see that his opponent's arm got pulled all the way in.
Mm-hmm. Nice. That was a very
there it is.
Attack. Yeah, very good for first tournament.
Yeah. He was stoked. Yeah, 3 stripes. Yeah, he's probably been training a little more than 6 months, 7 months. Min in the comments. 3-stripe white belt. Let's see the second match. I remember Min surprised us by doing a move we had no idea he knew. Man, where did you learn the baseball bat choke at this time?
Pulls guard.
Yeah, looking to pull guard.
Knee shield right away.
Oh, a little
butterfly sweep.
Little butterfly sweep. I learned it that week from Tyler. Very cool. Good job, Tyler.
Head position.
Good. His opponent's using a knee shield, so we want to make sure that this leg is at least beating the bottom leg so we can flatten him out. Referee's blocking all the action. All right. That's better. Oh no. That's right, Dwayne. White belt Min today.
White belt Min is sick. Really impressive first tournament, I'll say that.
Yeah, he did really good at this tournament.
It was all downhill from here.
Yeah. What happened, man?
Nice.
All right, very good pass. Nice. He got the underhook. I was a little worried that he wasn't going to take that underhook because he was a little bit high.
Yeah. Doing a good job walking his knee under the leg. A lot of pretty advanced movements here that he's applying pretty well. I mean, fundamental movements, but usually things that people don't really start applying, especially in a tournament, until see how he keeps pulling that shoulder up.
Yeah, he's doing a great job.
Did Min wrestle at all?
No, he didn't wrestle. And actually, his opponent was a good wrestler.
Yeah.
We had noticed in this first match that.
Knee on belly.
I was calling for knee on belly because I wanted him to score more points, but he went right for this baseball bat choke.
I don't even know this choke. I don't think I could do this today.
And his opponent tapped.
Nice.
Very good.
Good job, man.
Let's look at the end of that.
Steps through.
So we're here. So the 2 grips is one hand's going to be a thumb in grip, and then the far away hand's going to be 4-finger inside grip. And then we spin to north-south, moving our head all the way across on your toes, putting pressure. that was an exciting win right there, man. Good job. Min said he's gained weight. That's the problem.
Same.
We're gonna do another NJBJJ. We were doing a lot of these tournaments at this time, but we don't go to those tournaments anymore these days. By the way, guys, what do you think of our new background here? I made it in Photoshop. I was watching YouTube videos this weekend. Let's see. What tournament did I want to? Oh, yeah. Classic Brian.
Classic Brian and the classic Gee. First match.
First match. So I remember Brian as a blue belt, like he struggled a lot for a while. He kept having matches that he would either lose by like weird things. Like he lost one match by DQ when he went for a knee bar. But
Knee bar.
yeah. It was funny. I was sure it was at Naga, and I didn't know if they made it illegal in Naga, so I was like, yeah, I think he won, and they DQ'd him. But then he used to just fight for takedowns all the time. But then he realized he was more effective pulling guard in a lot of his matches. Brian lives in Louisiana these days, by New Orleans.
What?
Yeah.
No.
I know they're having big outbreaks there. Hope he's safe. I talked to him a few weeks ago. I have to hit him up. Oh, the classic.
Nice.
So this is actually what I thought Mike was going to try in his
Yeah.
match, right? Bump into him hard. When he
Bump.
posts that hand, he's open for the triangle. So here we were going to look to climb one, and the other one goes around. Boom.
Nice. Beautiful setup.
Oh, right to a triangle. Knocked him right over.
Yep, gets that full lock. He's kind of on a weird angle, but should
Yeah.
be able to finish. Oh, switches to the arm lock.
Yeah, I think he
See.
still has him in the triangle.
Yeah. He does.
Maybe threatening that arm bar. But now the guy's legs came over. This is going to make it a little bit tougher.
Oh, doubles up over the head. Nice.
Yeah, now he's got an angle here for the arm bar.
Let it go, ref. Don't stop it. This is always tough when you're on
I
the
know.
edge of the mat there.
Oh, he let go.
Lets it go.
Went to side control.
Advantage? You better get a sweep. Alright,
Okay,
gets
good.
his points. Don't make me come out there, ref.
Marcio Bittencourt reffing this match.
Marcio. Trained with Marcio for a while. He
Yeah.
trained with us at AMA for a little bit, and then he had his own little thing in his garage before he I don't know if he opened his own gym or
Yeah.
now he runs he bought EFC in Woodland Park.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I don't know how that, 'cause I haven't really talked to him much since he bought that.
Yeah, I know he teaches at a few different places too, because he's got affiliates
Yeah.
like Notorious and Rutherford.
Nice little back take. So Brian's staying on him pretty good.
His opponent's looking to pull him forward. His opponent's pretty big,
Yeah.
long, so
Yeah.
gotta watch. Yeah, now I'd like to see him back up a little bit so that he's not threatened to. Now he's in good position. Maybe break him down to a hip
Yeah.
or to a stomach.
I like the motorcycle grip from there. So, I mean, you can use the collar, but that underhook that he's got, okay, looks like he's going to go for an attack on that arm, which is good, but you kind of have to give up back position usually. So, he's a little high up now, so hopefully he's able to maintain control of that arm. See how he's kind of on his neck? That's when it kind of gets tough. Yeah, I think I would have liked to see him just stay back and try to control the back a little bit longer there, but sometimes you gotta go for it.
Yep. Now his opponent has his hands connected, pulling his arm in.
Right.
Oh, but there's still a triangle attack here.
And he's oh, okay. I was gonna say he's oh.
And he goes for it. He controlled the wrist. So let's look at that
So you
again.
see, look at the palm up grip he has on it too.
Yeah.
So that palm up grip is actually sometimes really it's awkward because it's not the normal grip people make. So people circle their hands the wrong way and give you that extra second to establish your whatever you're going for. I like that palm up grip. I use it often.
It's actually very dominating. Dwayne in the chat predicted a hip bump sweep. He mastered the hip bump. Yep. Gus in the chat. What's up, Gus? All right, that was pretty cool. I believe I wanted to look. We're gonna move forward. I have a good surprise on this this good fight tournament. We have some blue belt action from Bones.
Bones.
Wait.
Not to be mistaken with.
That's true. We're talking about Bones BJJ, Devontae Johnson.
Super tough.
Yeah, I remember.
Super athletic.
Remember training a lot with him at this time. He was always a killer, man. Always a killer.
Yeah.
Very good top game.
Good low position.
In all of his matches, especially this time, he never looked to pull guard. He almost always looked to set up a single leg. Let's see if he does in this match. He's pulling him.
He played some judo for a while too, right? Oh yeah.
I think Carvalho's. I think they would always do judo.
Yeah, he always had a strong top game. Game from his feet. A little snap.
Maybe a little Uchimata. Trying to shake him. His opponent's just keeping the hips back, being pretty defensive, trying not to give up any obvious takedowns.
Yeah, sometimes it's tough when your opponent kind of just keeps their hips back. They're just staying strong. And he's got to,
Yeah, now it looks like he's doing like a cross grip, almost like
he
wants to set up a shot over here.
On the outside leg.
Still looking up, doing a little inside trip.
Yeah, nice little combo there, but gotta get a little bit deeper on that. Some Craig Hannigan with the old school Pure shirt.
Look at that. Right in the background. Alan Teo in the background.
Nice.
Uh-oh. Sounds like the battery's running out.
Oh, no.
So it looks like we've filmed the whole match, so. Here he's just like looking for these grips by the hip.
Yeah. A little bit of a stalemate on the feet right now.
Yeah. Referee's calling. I think he waited a little too long to call for this. A little bit too much passivity. Now he's got this pants grip by the knee. Since Bones is so long,
Yeah. Oh wow, he picks him up.
He just powered him
That's a tough
down.
thing to do. He just literally stands up and just picks it up.
Yeah.
Basically bicep curled his body.
Those of you guys who have trained with him are not surprised by it at all, but that was a good show of strength right now. He just pulled him into him. Now, I mean, at this time, I remember Bones used to like to do a lot of leg drag, standing passes. Let's see exactly what kind of pass he's going to look.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of turned him the other way. Toriando style. Turned his hips.
Holds it, gets his points. See him holding that near side knee. Make sure the guy can't put the knee back in front.
Keeping it right here.
And keeping his hip up underneath. Basically a reverse scarf hold here.
Yep.
So it might expose that. Oh, it looks like he's digging out the near side arm.
There's a submission from here sometime. Oh, I don't think he's looking for it, but there is almost like an Americana style submission, but now he jumped to a Kimura.
Switches to the other side. They're going
to
go
falls
for
to the arm bar.
Okay. Let's see what he's going to take here. If he's going to.
Yeah, he broke the grip right away.
Good.
Very nice. Let's see his finals in this tournament. Oh, this is the same guy that Brian just faced, I think.
Is it?
I'm almost positive. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same guy. Yeah, TG Training Grounds. I think that's the same guy. That's too funny. But you know, when you're in local tournaments, you tend to face the same people.
Good single leg.
Yeah, very good single leg. And he used the pants grip and lifted him up. Let's look at that again, just because it's unusual.
Yeah, I mean, this I've seen happen a little bit more often than what he did before.
Yeah.
But it still requires a reasonable amount of strength, because what's actually hard in that situation is to, with one arm, maintain the other leg up, and then just reach across and basically pull the whole person up off their feet. Just so powerful.
Here's making his hips nice and heavy, making sure his opponent cannot move. It looks like, is he feeding the lapel for a possible Bravo style choke? Let's see. Go right to the armbar again. A lot of times in tournaments, if it works earlier in the tournament, it's a good idea to go for it, because you're getting the feel for it, you're getting confident with it. Yeah. Very nice match right there. I believe the same tournament we had Greg Mendes, we're going to look at his first match. This tournament, funny, his third match, actually, he broke his nose in it. His opponent accidentally kicked him in the face. Blue belt Greg.
Look at him. Look at blue belt Greg.
Young guy going right to De La Riva.
Wow.
That was really nice, actually. Let's look at how he started. It looks like he started in a reverse De La Riva.
Nice.
And then he maybe looked for this like tripod sweep and then just recovered it to full De La Riva into a deep De La Riva. That was a very nice combo.
Yeah.
With a little Berimbolo.
Whoa.
And then he just got up.
Comes up.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I really like those transitions. To a knee on belly.
Yeah, he's making real sharp movements here. Oh, this guy gets on top.
Oh, but he
right into a triangle.
Right into a triangle, which is good. So it takes away the points.
Right. Does he get slammed? Are you allowed to slam out of submissions?
I don't know. It is the good fight. They
they allow a lot. I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh yeah, Derek Doyle right here. Derek screaming at Greg. He's got a good figure four. So at this point, you could possibly underhook the leg and get enough
Yeah,
pressure.
get enough leverage.
Although it looks like it's starting to open, it's because his opponent is opening his shoulder.
Yeah. Can he dig out that arm there for a razor arm lock? Because it doesn't look like he's got it locked.
Yeah, it's possible.
Oh,
and he went to a
wow.
triangle. So this was good. He ended up like bridging him over, almost as if he's going to come on top, and his opponent kind of posted his hand to stop.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened was he transitioned to
Jujutami armbar.
yeah,
Yeah.
very nice armbar.
Double leg over the head. Yeah, that one gets tight. If you time it right, it's basically immediate arm break.
Yeah.
I'll tap. That's cool.
So we're going to look at one match, although we had a million people compete in this tournament. I wanted to look at good old Ray Lynn. Ray Lynn was definitely one of the most talented students we had. She stopped training. She's like 18 now. But this time, let me see. We're going to look at both matches. Gi matches.
Raylan was super tough.
Here she is going against a boy. Close guard. She's got the long legs. See what kind of technique. She's big on pendulum sweeps and just climbing up for the armbar. Although now it looks like she's doing a collar sleeve into the triangle.
Beautiful setup.
So this is the standard collar sleeve, guys. We have the cross collar grip, sleeve grip. She's going to look to step on the hip and step on the bicep. Her opponent's like trying to pull her in, and she's like opening him up into a full triangle right away.
Tries to sit back. But
Sit back. At this tournament, so the kids are not allowed to grab the head for the triangle. So, same submission we just saw Greg use.
Yeah, and at the kids' level, they
have to stop it right away.
The referee stops it before.
Very nice.
Because kids will let it go, and then their arm will break or pop, and not necessary.
Oh, her opponent pulls guard on her. She kept her knee in. This is one thing that Ray Lynn was very good at. Anytime someone pulls guard on her, she drops to this combat base and keeps the knee in the chest so that they cannot close guard, and puts her in position to pass.
Nice. Really good.
Oh, she passed right to match. She's very quick. That was a very quick pass. We're losing them in frame here. Once again, she was always a big fan of keeping the knee in the middle, using that to pass.
Yeah, this girl's doing a good job with her guard work, though. Keeping her foot.
Ooh, I like this movement. Yeah, I remember
that was really
this.
Good.
So, right here. So, she kind of like faked going one way and then went the other way with her knee.
Steps right. Oh,
right
yeah,
there.
that was cool. Yep.
Right into a tight underhook.
Mm-hmm.
Staying tight. She loosened up a little bit. I liked her knee position before, but it looks like she's going to adjust right here.
Nice.
Standard guard pass. Her head position was really good here. You could see the look in her opponent's face, putting a lot of pressure for that side control. Right to mount. Very nice. Calling for the finish. Looked like she thought about Americana maybe, like pinning her arm down. But really looking for this top arm. She's turning the corner.
Nice.
Excellent armbar. Ooh.
Oh, straight. Okay.
She had let go anyway before
the
referee had jumped in. Cool
Nice.
match. Cool match.
Super talented. It's always kind of a bummer sometimes with the kids. It's like that in between age.
Yeah.
We've seen it, that in between age where they kind of go from before they're still kind of a teen,
Yep.
but they're not quite big enough and physical enough to really be in with adults that often. So they're kind of like, a lot of times kids lose the motivation during that time. And also
Yeah.
they're like, there's so many different things going on, different schools, different this, different that. So, it's unfortunate because you get a lot of really talented people that unfortunately don't continue.
Yeah. She and of course as she gets older, go in high school,
Yeah, right.
interests change. So we're gonna look at Dennis again. He did the Worlds this year. So this is pre-flow grappling world, so we won't get kicked off for this. Here, I think he had just started also training at Shaolin's.
Same deal. Foot right
Yep,
in the
foot
hip.
on the hip.
The guy
Really
came down
change.
to his knee, so he wasn't able to get to that De La Hiva, but good.
Here, it looks like Dennis is controlling both sleeves. He put in a lasso. Lasso's good position to slow down any passes. Now it looks for a cross collar grip. Maybe very common technique from a lasso is to use the cross collar grip to attack the omoplata. His opponent's keeping the knee in the middle. Opponent wants to stay on his knees. He's a little bit worried about getting up, I guess, because Dennis was doing a good job. Maybe an overhead? Nope. Dennis competed at lightweight at this tournament, actually. 168 is the lightest he ever got. His prime. Competition prime. Now Dennis grabbing the pants low.
Yeah.
Sometimes you use that to like knock him over with like a flower sweep.
Yeah.
He abandoned it. Here Dennis is using a little shin to shin, a
Yeah.
little butterfly.
He's got the spider on the other side. Ooh, nice.
Oh, and he got the
Wow.
submission.
Very sharp.
So he off balance, threw his legs up.
Didn't even come over the head on that one.
Yeah, very nice.
Solid.
Very cool. I think we have time for maybe one or two more. Oh, that's right. I want to look at. So Arbin, which one was this? 11-2. Another NJPGF. So Arbin was a white belt in this tournament. But I wanted to watch. He did the absolute. So Arbin walks around at around 130 pounds. He's a little guy, short. But it's very rare for guys this size to do absolute. So that's why I like watching and see. You can see his opponent is like obviously taller and heavier.
Nice.
Great takedown. Arbin had a wrestling experience, which is sometimes a good combo. A little guy with wrestling experience.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he gets to learn the best of both worlds. Arbin's big on neon bellies because he likes doing a lot of transition, moving around. Tyler's like, what's this kid doing in the adult division? I don't know. They didn't check ID. Deep collar.
Solid.
Looks like he's just gonna go for the armbar though.
Take your time. Good coaching. Good coaching, Yanni.
Thank you.
Solid. Quality advice.
Oh, there's a nice armbar.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not enough pressure on the head.
yeah. So his opponent, like, here's the thing: it's a risk to go for this type of armbar on a bigger opponent, right?
Mm-hmm.
I always like to lean towards the legs and control the legs so that they
Mhm.
can't get up.
Correct, yeah.
And as you see, he's using his legs to get up. All right.
tight mat space to be. Surprised they don't have more space.
Oh, he's up on points. I'm sure he wanted to submit him by the way his body mechanics are looking, but
Mm.
his
Gets it.
opponent
Mm.
tapped there. Didn't look like the greatest angle for the armbar.
Mm. Harbin's really strong though.
Yeah, he's strong, and he probably was like turning his thumb,
Yeah.
which you can't see from
Right.
that position. That's usually like a good way to tighten up arm bars. Very cool. Very cool.
Any more? Or is that the last one?
That was the last one on my list, but then I just thought I remember seeing. Let's look at. Raylan had a few more matches. I figure we'll finish up with this era with some more of Raylan's matches. Here she has a Naga. Her opponent here is very good. We used to always watch him and his brother. Yeah, going right to a Berimbolo.
Mm.
That was actually a really nice guard pull. Let's look at our opponent right here. Foot on the hip, and then he immediately lets go of the sleeve to go to a Berimbolo. So he gets deep. He's looking right behind her. But she looks a step over. Yeah, she frustrates him. Very quick. Her instincts were very fast. If you see like some of the things she's doing, she's staying a step ahead. So the kid inverts. So here there's a threat of a possible triangle. And then quickly through the knee inside.
Yeah, that was really good.
Quickly through that knee inside. That's very important. Now here he's going for like more Berimbolo type action, trying to put her on her butt. She's posting her hand and trying to pull her knee out. So now there's no more threat of a back take. Once again, now she's sitting back too far. Oh, her opponent came up. She gave up points right there. Looks like she possibly tried to get up again, but she's doing a good job keeping her knees in the chest, so he's kind of has to back away. She's starting to sneak. Her gi got stuck inside his gi there.
Yep. Oh, nice.
So she pulled him into a triangle. I kind of reverse triangle. His head's popping out.
Switching it up.
Yeah, went back to the
Locked
standard
up.
triangle.
Nice.
Here it's pretty tight. She had a deep underhook. I'm surprised she let go of that. Now she's probably looking for points, though, because he's up on points at this point.
Right. Just got the deep underhook.
Now maybe finishing on the arm.
The arm bar.
Skinny neck, sometimes it's hard to finish on the choke.
She's got long, skinny legs.
And she's got long, skinny legs. Oh, she scooted back a little bit. I think this made the triangle tighter, the actual choke. You can actually see his face popping,
Yeah.
peeking out. Those legs are too skinny for her own good.
That's a lot of time to work.
Yeah, 2 minutes in the triangle. She's been in it for like 2 minutes. Yeah, still looking for that underhook. And we don't want underhook with the wrong arm. That's a big mistake that people will do, and then they end up opening up their own triangle.
Right.
Opponent's just trying to hold. Looks like that little adjustment might have tightened it up. See if she gets a tap in this. He might have won this match.
Yeah, she's a little over his back, but at this point it looks like he's just kind of crossing his arms. He's trying to keep his elbow wide. Yeah, so he must still be up on points. So
Yeah, I think she might have actually lost this match, if I'm not mistaken. Even though, like, so what could we have done to win this match? I think her best bet is to use the triangle to sweep.
yeah, belly down. But I mean, this looks.
It was a great match, though. No. She's trying to sweep him,
He sits back.
but she's
So
really
like, at
not.
that, when somebody sits back like that, I like the old school kind of hands behind the back of the head.
Yeah, lifting your hips up, right?
lifting the
Yeah,
hips,
actually,
pressing
she
to
was
them.
starting to do that there.
Just trying to twist over.
Ah, what a frustrating match. Sometimes it doesn't quite go your way because of an early mistake. Had she have not fell back because she was worried about his guard,
Right.
then it would have been different. Oh, look at this. Got actually a training partner. They were training together a lot this time. Drew.
Yeah. Drew and Alex both
Yeah.
were really good. I haven't.
Let's look at what she does here. Her standard knee cut is generally what she usually. Oh, she just kind of threw the legs out right to knee on belly.
Yeah. Good underhook with the knee on belly, staying low and tight, keeping that leg.
Yeah, we can do a nice armbar from here.
Nice.
Ooh, that was a nice attack. So, if you look, his one arm is actually it's actually not between the legs, but when she falls back, she's able to throw this leg over. Because she's opening his arm so much,
Mm-hmm.
he walks into a deep reverse triangle right here. Deep reverse triangle. This is a very strong position. You can switch back to a center triangle, but you don't even need to in this one because with the reverse triangle, it opens up the elbow so much that the Kimura is really strong here. Let's look at that finish.
Oh yeah,
Bang.
very very tough position.
Yeah, let's look at that setup again. That's a really nice setup. So she's threading almost like an armbar, pulls him back, and then as he bridged, this leg was able to go over. Right into a reverse triangle. Bang. Really tight position. Very nice. I love using reverse triangles myself. All right. Well, we're at a little over an hour mark.
Yeah, that was a good bunch of tournaments. It's cool to see, a lot of the people who we train with now at the
Yep.
levels that they're at now, like seeing where they were way back.
Yeah.
I mean, even Mikey, that brown belt match had to be 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And
I think he was a pretty new brown belt.
Yeah, I think that might have been. Was that his first brown belt tournament?
It might have been.
Yeah, it might have been because I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it might have been, or maybe one before that.
So
But
that was what, 2013, right? So
Mhm.
2013, we're looking at almost 7 years.
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
I know, time flies. It's crazy. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
real crazy.
It's cool to look back though and see all these people compete, and even like a match like that, Raylan going up against Drew. I mean, they're both. Are they out of high school yet? Are they?
I know Ray Lynn is graduating this year.
Yeah. So Drew's probably.
And Drew, I think, graduated last year.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy, and they
crazy.
were kids division, so
I know.
super neat.
That was, what, 6 years ago now? So
Mhm.
probably
Mhm.
they were like 12 years old.
I know,
Not barely middle school.
right?
Very cool.
So,
Very
lots of
cool.
good
Well, I'm
matches.
glad you guys joined us for this. We got to study some old matches and really get the technique. That's a good way to really like keep our minds sharp and
Mhm.
keep focus on the technique so that when we come back, we'll be ready to We won't miss a step.
That's it.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us in the chat. As always, if you guys ever have a specific match you want us to study, you can send it to me. I can post it, we can watch it online here. You can email to me or message it to me on Facebook midstream, and I can watch it. All right. Very cool. Cliff says, great show. Glad you enjoyed it.
Cliff.
Yep.
Gaudier, is he work? Ask Cliff, you working? He's been watching our. Well, actually, I shouldn't say it live. Never mind. He's not working.
He's not working
while watching. He's definitely not working.
No, he's not working that hard. Very cool, guys. All right, we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Peace.
Very
Nice.
cool. All right.
All
Really
right.
getting this